Well, we're now 3 episodes into Starfleet Academy with 3 hours of content. It's been out for a little over a week. They put it up on YouTube for free, and the ratings really haven't moved in terms of what I've been watching on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. The first couple of episodes got their initial rating, so I think a lot of people watched it on YouTube maybe and not getting the Paramount Plus app, and then just abruptly tuned out because despite the media narrative that's going on that it's getting review bombed, right? It didn't. It really didn't see that drop of just hordes of angry people in it. And actually the rating, even on the audience side, is not quite as bad as I would have expected given the just terrible quality of episodes 2 and 3, which I've reviewed on the channel so you don't have to watch them. And I recommend any sane person just don't watch them because it will drive you into insanity. I had to down a whole bottle of wine just to deal with episode 3 and try to purge it out of my memory just so I could remain sane is where we're at with it. It's that bad, guys. And I was actually talking with Jay from Tachyon Pulse. I said, this might be worse than Section 31. To which he told me to shut my mouth because, is there anything worse than Section 31? Which is interesting because I am speaking with him today, which I'll get into in a moment. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm a science fiction writer, so I come at things a little differently than a lot of channels. And I love you guys here. I appreciate it. I actually did a review also last night as a palate cleanser for you guys of some Deep Space Nine episodes. So go watch that video too. I think, everybody's like, you just hate everything. No, I love Deep Space Nine. It's good stuff. And I want to make Star Trek great again. It's really what it comes down to. And so this started as a joke, but now it's becoming a reality. I'm working on Starfleet Academy just to show how to do an Academy sort of series in a sci-fi world. My writing partner and I actually developed a very, very extensive world-building document the last week, and I'm now writing the actual book. I'm about 25% done with it. Yeah, I'm very prolific, guys. If you don't know, it's great to be a sci-fi fan of me here. And so you can sign up for my newsletter. Just make sure you don't miss this because I might not find you on YouTube again. It's in the description below. And guys, thanks so much. We've had incredible amounts of signups all because of this channel. You get 3 free books for doing so. You get a sci-fi book, fantasy book, and a full superhero graphic novel. It's my older work, but you get a bunch of free stuff, so it's pretty cool. So I'll let you know when this comes out. I'm actually aiming to just be relevant with this with Starfleet Academy and come out with it in the next couple weeks. I'm pushing hard, and my writing partner is like one of the best editors in the entire science fiction business. Was nominated for a Hugo Award and the like. So we're doing it, guys. I don't want to compare myself to Niven and Pornell because they're the gods of science fiction. But we're kind of doing this in the modern age in a way. So thank you guys for being here. All right. So later on, I am having a debate today with the Tachyon Pulse podcast on whether wokeism is the problem with Star Trek or not. And his theory is, despite all the evidence that's out there, is that it's not wokeism that's the problem with it. It should be friendly. I love this guy's channel. And of course, I watch him almost every day. And friendly guy. I'm putting this in the description below so you guys can hang out. It's going to be at 12 Pacific time, and we will be live, and it'll be available on the channels afterwards. I'll also be restreaming it to my channel, so if you just want to come over here, it works out too. So thanks for being here. So that's all the setup today. There's quite a bit. Whew, that'll be fun. Now look at this. This is the Starfleet Academy tomato meter, okay? And so you see 88% the critics think it's amazing, guys. And you see a 43% popcorn meter. Now, obviously that means the fans do not like the show. But 43% is actually a little better than I expected it to be. I thought that it'd be way worse than this because it's unwatchable. I mean, it's really, really bad. But what does this tell you at this point? To me, it tells me Star Trek as a brand is so bad at this point that people aren't even hate watching it or even bothering leaving reviews now. It is just the people who still are interested in this type of slop content that are even here at this point. And that's pretty wild because, there's not that many out there. And you go to IMDb. Obviously, it's the same sort of thing. You got 3,000 ratings here for the first episode of Kids These Days. And we'll compare this to the rest of Kurtzman's era in just a moment, too, because we've got, their Discovery and Picard, and how many ratings did those get? Beta test at a 5.6, so it dropped. Everybody hated this more. 2.5, and then Vitus Reflux, or as I call it, acid reflux, is a 5.2 with only 720 ratings, right? So look at that drop off. So this was week 1 with like the 2 episode premiere. We'll see in a week if this pops up. But right now it's not looking like a lot of people were watching this show. And I found similar. So I've been looking and monitoring the Paramount Plus app. It popped up Starfleet Academy to number 5 yesterday on the app when in top 10 shows. And so that was not great for a new $20 million episode of a show or whatever that they spent this much money on. And I looked at it this morning. It's not in the top 10 anymore. So there's a quick jump. Everybody's out. And that's what I saw last weekend, too, with the premiere. It's premiered at number 7, which was not the best. And then it stayed there for a little bit, and it was gone by the end of the weekend. And so we're watching a phenomenon here where nobody's tuning in and watching it at different times. Like there's the true believers, and then there's the hate watchers like myself, and then there's nothing else. There's no normies coming in watching this whatsoever. Their whole attempt to get a non-Star Trek audience and a modern audience to care about this stuff has absolutely failed on every single level. It is dying on the vine. And I expect we're going to get some big announcements about this very, very soon, because the higher-ups are not happy from what I'm hearing about this as well. And the people at the FCC are not happy about all the wokeism that's in the show as well. So this is where it's at. But it is rated a little higher than I thought it was. If you go to Discovery, for example, you are looking at very similar. Season 5, only 2.3 ratings. It is 6.3, 1.9, 1.7. This is the amount of people that ended up watching Discovery, 1.4 and 2K for the finale. And it was all around 6s and late 5s. I actually didn't mind season 5 of Discovery that much. I thought it was like the only watchable season of Discovery. But everybody tuned out by that point. Now, at the beginning, when Discovery started, look at how many reviews of this were. There were 8,000. So IMDb, Star Trek lost in that 5 seasons of Discovery the goodwill of at least 3/4 of its audience just from the review takes. And if you look at Discovery, it's very similar. 84% on the tomato meter for the critics, so you're looking very similar. And then 34%, so people hated Discovery more. Now, I think that Starfleet Academy is far worse than Discovery, except for maybe getting into season 3 with when they got into the weird pronoun crap in Discovery. That might have been cringier, but honestly, it's worse. And so let's see how season 3 fared on Rotten Tomatoes here. Just so we can just look at it season by season. So we had a 40%. So it is very close. And I would say that season 3 of Discovery is maybe worse than Starfleet Academy as it stands now. So that's about right. But look at this, 91% critics. These people are insane. 1,000+ ratings on this level. You don't see 1,000+ ratings on Starfleet Academy. That's not what's mentioned here. So if you look at this, how many ratings? 500+ ratings for season 1. So they've got, again, a lot less ratings out there than they had before, which means less people are watching it. Now, if you compare this to Section 31, this is the biggest disaster out there. Now, I had a hard time sitting through this, so maybe it's recency bias where I say this new episode of Starfleet Academy is worse than Section 31. Maybe that's not the case. It was such a jumbled mess. It was a thing that, at least I guess Starfleet Academy has for it. I can tell you what the plot is and go through it coherently. This did not even have that, I guess, is the case there. Now, on a just insufferability level, at least Section 31 had some action. That's where I go back and forth on that. But as you can see, people really hated that, and even the critics went off on that one. And I think it's because the critics couldn't even get past all the jumbled pacing, the bad storylines, and the like on this. So this is maybe the final death knell, where I think the reason you're at a 43% here, and the reason you're at even a 5.6 and 5.2 on this, I think you're at a point where everybody's tuned out and you've got a lot less people watching, right? So how many people reviewed Section 31 on IMDb? Let's take a look at this real quick. You've got this, and you've got, let's see, you've got our reviews. Where do we get the reviews on this? 3.8, 18,000 people reviewed this one. To say it was bad. Now, moving along to different versions of Kurtzman Trek, you see Picard actually has a 57% and an 88%. So you got the same critic rating, and you've got a slightly better audience rating, which I think is boosted by season 3. Let's go to season 2 of Picard and just see how bad season 2 is. 31%. So people hated season 2 of Picard more than Starfleet Academy right now is how it goes. But this did also have 1,000+ ratings, so there were more people watching at that point. And that's the thing that's happening here. They have burned their bridges with the fans. No, people are not even bothering to check it out at this point, and that's where it's at. So it's not being review bombed at all. The media is completely lying to you. Some people didn't like it, and that's it. And not many people, because not many people even bothered to lift their fingers to go review it on these websites. And I think that's the absolute state of Star Trek, and that's the real problem they're having now. If this is already off of Paramount Plus after just one day, is not even the top 10 on their own app at this point, I mean, they're in trouble. Nobody's watching Starfleet Academy. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. I appreciate you guys being here. Guys, we got the great debate. This will be in the description below, and also on my channel. If you just check the channel, we'll be live. And then also, Spacefleet Academy will be coming soon, so make sure to sign up for the newsletter. You won't want to miss it. See what I can do with just a Starfleet Academy concept. I think I hit it out of the park, and I think you'll agree with me. Thanks, guys, for being here, and thanks for supporting real science fiction. We'll be back soon.